Welcome to a special edition of Kids News from Camp Tecumseh. I'm Katie Wright.
And I'm Ethan Butt. This is an exciting story, and though it is a story of need, it is a need that has come through tremendous success.
You're right, Ethan. The Camp Tecumseh swimming pool and bathhouse has served well for 46 years. Wow, that's a long time. But, as you will soon see, it is now time to give them a little help. Molly Gander reports to us live from the bathhouse.
Well, Katie, this was once the finest shower and restroom facility at Camp Tecumseh. For decades, when it was just a summer camp, this was the hub of hygiene for thousands of campers. But while the cabins have had restrooms added to provide year-round facilities, the bathhouse still has that rustic charm of the 1950s. Caroline, you've been a camper here. What do you think about the bathhouse?
Well, it's kind of yucky.
Yeah, I think it was better back in the 1950s. After all, back then it was new.
We now interrupt this program for an important message.
This is Cora reporting for Kids News. The structure itself is as strong as concrete blocks, but the plumbing really needs help. The biggest problem is down this hole. The sub-plumbing is corroding. You know, plugging up. It's only affected this one, Katie, but soon it'll affect them all.
We now return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Is there something else you want to add, Caroline?
I just think that there should be some new lighting and some places to hang your clothes. This place is just kind of grungy.
That's all in the plans, Caroline. Plus, it will be ramped out to the pool deck to meet ADA codes and serve everyone, even kids in wheelchairs. That's it from here, Katie. Back to you.
Thank you, Molly. It sounds like there's some pressing needs here, but some good solutions, too.
Katie, right now campers grimace when they go into the old bathhouse. But after this renovation, it will be a bright part of going to the pool. Speaking of the pool, I think Sarah's about ready to report from the shallow end. Is it wet out there, Sarah?
No, it's not wet yet, but in a few days this pool is going to be filled with water and crammed with campers. And a lot of the little ones can't even touch the bottom. The water's clear over their breathing apparatus. What's it like when you can't touch the bottom and breathe at the same time, Ariel?
It's kind of scary. I don't like water in my head. I won't go in unless I can hold on to the sides.
But don't you like swim lessons?
It's okay when the counselor holds me, but since we can't touch, she can only hold one of us little kids at a time.
Have you ever been in a pool where you could touch okay?
Yes. It was great.
Well, Ethan, if camp is able to build a new pool with more shallow water, there's going to be a lot of happy little campers.
Thank you, Sarah. That's a deep problem for those little folks. Some kids are scared to go in the water if it's over their heads.
You're right, Ethan. Even with lots of lifeguards around, deep water can be scary for non-swimmers and beginners. But the shallower water planned for the new pool should really help.
It sure will, Katie. But let's not count out the present pool yet. It still has a lot of life in it. Megan reports from the deep end.
This is Megan Horn reporting from the deep end of the pool. We've talked to some contractors, and they say that this pool was built just right. Even after 46 years, it is still structurally sound. Alex, what have you found in your investigation?
Well, since it hasn't had its pre-summer power washing, this is the perfect time to show how the pool needs to be resurfaced.
Alex, how would you go about this resurfacing project?
It's a complicated project. Special contractors come in, and over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, they apply a fiberglass layer to create a liner over the whole thing. The inside of the pool ends up as smooth as a baby's bottom.
How long can we expect that to last?
It's guaranteed for 25 years, or 2 of my lifetime so far. Since the color's all the way through, you won't need to paint it. It's going to be a major makeover.
That's it from the deep end. Megan signing off.
Thanks, Megan and Alex. It sounds like some solid long-term plans have been developed for this renovation.
Yeah, they should last until your kids become campers.
I bet they'll last even longer than that. But I'm really excited about is this new pool. This overcrowding stuff at Freesome really dampens the fun. What do you have to report, Grant?
Looking at it from here, it looks like there's lots of room, but when you add 200 campers, I hear it gets pretty crowded. It's like trying to get as many people possible into a phone booth at one time. Only in a swimming pool, it's not much fun. I sure hope we'll get another pool to divide the load. Back to you, Katie.
I think most people would agree, Grant. Tony has a report from the site of the new pool.
Hi, I'm Tony. Now, the new pool would be located in this area. It would be just as wide and just as long as the existing pool, nearly doubling the amount of swim space available. Now, let me tell you, the excavation for the new pool will put a big hole in the overcrowding problem.
What about the long lines we always have at the diving boards? Is anything going to be done about that?
It sure is. Since diving is one of the most popular activities, the new plans really go off the deep end to expand it. The old boards at the existing pool will be replaced with 2 1-meter boards, and the new pool will have both a 2-meter and 3-meter platform. That's almost 10 feet high.
And Tony, what's this drop slide I've read about?
It's really cool. You climb up a platform, and then you go down a 12-foot long tube, but you don't drop right into the water. You drop from about 3 feet up. It's kind of like an automatic cannonball. This is Tony Kendall signing off from the pool.
Well, Katie, this sounds like a big improvement for all the campers. Do you think they can do it?
That's an interesting question, Ethan, especially the part about can they do it. You see, the they and we are the same people. People sometimes think can they can't do it, but big improvements like this don't just happen. It takes lots of partners to all step forward and say our family will help.
I guess I always thought these things just happened. You know, like the lake and the Creative Arts Center, the cabins, everything.
If it were that easy, every camp would be as nice as Camp Tecumseh. But all those great facilities have happened because real people, most of them camper parents or former campers, have said, we believe in what happens to kids at Camp Tecumseh, and we're not going to stand by and watch. We are going to help make this happen.
So I guess since this is the biggest fundraising need ever, we're going to need everyone to be a partner.
Pool partners, Ethan, pool partners. And every contributing family will have their name on this really cool plaque on one of those giant limestone blocks by the pool. Even your children and grandchildren will be able to see that you are a partner in helping make this great project happen.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for this special edition of Kids News from Camp Tecumseh. Is there anything you'd like to add, Katie?
Just a huge thanks to all the families out there that are going to be pool partners. Lots of kids will be glad that you did. So long, everyone.